Hey guys, Cameron here with Emerson House Buyers. Every week I bring you tools, tactics, strategies, lessons I've learned, things that have helped me build up a sizable rental portfolio in about 2 years. This week I want to discuss something that hit pretty close to the heart recently. So I'm going through purchasing a few properties, have a few projects going on, a lot of stuff flying around, and I went to an insurance agency that I have used several times in the past. Got a quote that was a little outrageous, and when I say a little bit outrageous, I mean very outrageous, and was given some, you know, unmerited reasons that didn't really sit well with me, didn't make sense, and I got comfortable with these people, right? So when we got to closing, we had some things happen. Had to push closing back. Not a big deal. Closings get pushed back all the time. But I was told that I would have to pay a certain fee for this insurance because I went through with certain steps of the process already. Even though I hadn't purchased a house, the policy hadn't started yet. I thought that was a little concerning. So I'm not an insurance expert, but I could what I did and what I would advise all of you to do is consult with maybe friends that you have that are underwriters or no insurance, maybe a family friend that's been in the business, other folks in the business. When something smells fishy or doesn't really make sense, or you kind of scratch your head and think, that doesn't sound right, or that doesn't feel right, consult other people, even if you've been doing business with some people for quite some time, because sometimes, and I hate to say this, sometimes people get comfortable. People get comfortable with you, numbers start to go up, the discounts start to go down, things start to slip. Sometimes, not all the time. I have great people I work with a lot, but this was something that happened to me just recently, and I just wanted to pass this information along and get you guys to think a little bit about this so it doesn't happen. So ended up consulting a few of my friends and various other people in the insurance business and found out that this was unmerited. When I found that out, made some calls, got it taken care of eventually, which was great. But how it was a very stressful process. Could have delayed closing again. It could have had a lot of ramifications that we didn't want to go through with. So how can you guys use this, some of my struggle right here and some of my pains to avoid having this happen? Contact people who you know who are in the industry, friends, other maybe family friends who've been in it for a while, other companies. Sit down with somebody, maybe locally that you know, or somebody in another state even, and get quotes all over the place. Don't get a quote with a guy you've been doing for a while, you've been using for quite some time, but you might want to look, especially if numbers get a little haywire. You might want to look elsewhere too. You might want to always just have a backup quote in your back pocket. So that would be something. And like I said, if something smells fishy, do not be afraid to contact these folks or consult with these folks or ask for somebody's manager. Don't be afraid to do that. These people, everybody's looking out for themselves, right? And hopefully you in the process. But when they make a mistake, they might be, I don't want to say misleading you, but they could be covering up some of the things that they've done. And it doesn't happen all the time, and I'm saying everybody does it, or sometimes it's even intentional, but it does happen. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to go, I don't understand here. And it is a little, it is kind of scary and intimidating, right? When you're dealing with somebody or something you don't know much about, and you trust this person to take care of you, and then you start asking a lot of questions, and the answers they give you aren't real clear. I'm not afraid to look stupid. I say a lot of stupid things on a daily basis. I do a lot of stupid things on a daily basis, but I ask a lot of questions and I try to get answers, and then I build on those. So that's what I did. I said, this doesn't sound right. Let me ask some more questions. I kept asking and then digging and couldn't find any real direct answers with this situation. So I started consulting other people. Hey, can you help me out? I have no idea what's going on here. Here's my situation. And sometimes you got to pay these people. I mean, whether it's an attorney, if you get that far in some of those weeds, you got to pay these people to help you out and find out what's going on. Don't be afraid to do that, especially if something just doesn't feel right and you're going to be charged certain amounts that you shouldn't be. But I had a couple good friends who helped me look through the process, and most of the time, guys, people are willing to help people. It's very, very rare that I find people who say, no, 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 I'm not helping so and so. I can't help you. If they do, maybe they're busy. Can they refer you to somebody else? But very rarely. And the other big piece is, don't be afraid to look stupid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask those questions, because that's kind of what they want you to think. Well, I'm the more experienced one. Let me handle it. You know, that's what Bernie Madoff said, and that's what these guys who run these Ponzi schemes say. You know, oh, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about that. You don't need to see this, or that's not really that important, or you know, well, this doesn't make sense. Well, you know, it's tough to understand. It's like, no, no, no. I want to understand what's going on here. So how can you guys prevent certain things from happening? Ask a lot of questions. Don't be afraid to be to appear ignorant. I mean, that's, you know, we're all ignorant in certain things, and it's not a big deal. You guys, some of you don't have, you're not a licensed CPA. That's why we have tax consultants. You're not an insurance agent. That's why you have these insurance agents to act on your behalf. You have a real estate agent to help you determine values of homes. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on and on. And don't be afraid to ask these people questions. And if they can't give you direct answers, ask them more questions or ask other people questions. That has been staple for me to avoid getting in trouble. I don't always say getting in trouble, but having to pay unnecessary fees or having to pay unnecessary amounts I shouldn't have to pay, and making sure that I understand more the next time I go into the situation. So next time I go and get a quote, or next time I'm doing an appraisal or what have you, I know I don't want to say a lot more, but I know more than I did the last time. I'm not going to make those same mistakes. So what can it boil down to, guys? Ask a lot of questions. I mean, simply ask questions. Don't be afraid to appear dumb or ignorant. And thirdly, consult other folks. I mean, consult these people. Leverage your friends, leverage colleagues, leverage anybody you can that's an expert, that knows what they're doing, that has had experience in it. Hope this helped, guys. Like I said, this was a pain point that really hit me hard over the past month, and just wanted to express this and give you guys a little bit. It's scary sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't feel good, and you get nervous, and you're like, I'm not getting the answers I need to get. I feel stupid for asking some of these questions. Back up, re-explain this to me again. But you eventually get to the bottom line and get the answer that you were looking for, or it all starts falling into place. Whether for the better or worse, it all shakes out in the end. So hope this helped, guys. If it did, let me know. If it didn't, let me know. If you use this and something happens, great, or it negatively impacts you, let me know. I'm always looking to hear back from you all and engage. So thanks so much. Appreciate you guys watching the video.